Good morning, Lompoc.
Good morning, Lompoc. Welcome to our Friday show. For those of you in the know, we skipped Wednesday so we could catch our breath and do some gardening.
And I'm breathing now.
Yes. Oh, thank you guys for letting us take a day off. That was really great. We still kept working, though. We had lots of video submissions and some new content coming in, so we're really, really excited about that stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to tease an amazing interview that we did earlier this week, but we're going to kind of dig through that and showcase that next week, but we'll give you a little tease of that.
Yep.
So how was your week so far?
My week was good. Ball? Yeah, we planted some tomatoes and some fresh herbs, but that's about it because that's, I think, all we can really handle. We tend to kill everything. But
yeah, we're doing it slowly. We tried to edit our soil a bit. We tried to get that all prepped and ready thanks to some advice from Jeremy Raff at Dare to Dream Farms.
And the week has been looking a lot better for the county. So I think we haven't really seen many new cases. It looks like it's starting to plateau, which is a great sign.
Let's not rush out in big groups yet, but we're maybe getting closer to turning the corner, hopefully.
And everybody was worried yesterday that maybe the local state parks here were going to close, like the Mission, and that looks like it's staying open.
Everyone's stressed
so everything in Santa Barbara County stays open. It looks like it's just pretty much Orange County beaches and stuff. But
so to that point, though, the reason they closed the Orange County beaches is I guess they just had ridiculous amounts of numbers out there, which people are still debating about, and we won't get into that.
So
but fortunately, access to our local beach is still available, whether that's Halama or that's Surf Beach. Just remember to keep your distance and respect others and take care of ourselves.
So today's show, we're going to be chatting with Thomas Speidel. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. He is the Regional Executive Director for the YMCA, and he has a really awesome update on what they're doing over there, providing free childcare to essential workers, and it's a program that's still not even close to maximum capacity, so that's an option if anybody needs it.
So we'll turn you on to that, and we'll help you understand who essential workers actually are, and it might surprise you.
Yes.
So that should be interesting.
And then Brad has an update because this Saturday was supposed to be the Kentucky Derby. But they had to postpone that, so Brad is commemorating that in spirit.
Yes, he'll be here.
And then we have some fun stuff too, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, we have
Jacob Cole with his band.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. So at the end of today's show, and we have to remind you, because some people have to go a little bit early. Don't forget, tonight at 5:30 is our happy hour.
Yes.
It's going to be amazing. Just be there. It's 5:30.
So tonight for happy hour, we're doing kind of a spin on a blind tasting. So we had a tasting group that would get together, and we met over Zoom recently and did some blind tasting of different rosés. So we thought it would be fun to have them on. They're going to choose a wine that has something to do with Lompoc, whether that be grapes grown in the Santa Rita Hills or a local winemaker or a local winery. And they're going to taste it blind. Well, they know what it is, but they're going to try to give us clues, and we're going to try to figure out which wine it is. So if you'd like to taste along with us, grab your favorite bottle, and let's have some fun. And you guys can give us clues too. Maybe we'll try to guess who you're drinking.
We have a lot of fun. We don't try to structure it quite as much. We don't do a lot of pre-produced stuff, but it's a great conversation. And for what it's worth, I think it's a fun way to start your weekend. Yeah. So please join us 5:30.
And then we talked to a couple days ago. We chatted with one of our fans, Gary James.
Yes.
He is a Lompoc native, 5 generations.
Out of nowhere, reached out to us, and then we had a 2 or 3 hour interview with him the other day. 5 generations on both sides of his family. So from the Huac side, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, and the Moore side. A lot of Lompoc locals remember Moore's department store.
Yep.
5 generations, both sides in the 1870s. So he's got stories and history and pictures, and we're super excited to dig into that and maybe make a multi-segmented.
And you had a little story that he shared with you about Prohibition.
Yeah, I won't get into the whole thing, but a lot of you know, and we kind of joke about it, that Lompoc originally, at least for a period of time, was a temperance colony where they said no to alcohol. This picture, I won't read you the details, but we'll dig into that next week. These are 4 guys with the sheriff and a lawyer. The sheriff and the lawyer are brothers, but the 4 guys, and I'm not sure who's who, but they're being charged with participating in pulling the local saloon off of its foundation with a rope. So there's some crazy stories that we're excited to dig into and kind of animate a little bit next week. So
Yeah.
stay tuned for that.
So we'll
That should
get
be a
into
lot of
that
fun.
soon.
Thank you, Gary, James.
And then we also learned about adopting a senior. So this is a really
Yes.
cool project. You can get on Facebook.
Yeah, so Facebook, someone had a really great idea. I think it's this Lauren lady. I still would love to talk to her. But the idea is for all the kids that are supposed to be graduating, they're not going to have the ceremonies and the pomp and circumstance. So they came up with an idea to adopt a senior, which is just a gesture. We adopted 2 seniors. And what does it mean to adopt a senior?
These
That's
are the
just
2 seniors we adopted.
We're going to buy some trinkets, some gifts, a little bit of candy, maybe a gift card, and just put a nice little basket together to commemorate these kids graduating. So 2 of the girls we had Serena from Cabrillo High School, and then we had Sandra from Maple High School as well. So we're excited to do something special for them.
Yeah. So if you want to participate, get on that group page on Facebook.
And you can adopt. So every child, even if it says adopted, multiple people can keep adopting that same kid.
Yeah.
So make sure you jump in there if you see somebody you know or just somebody new. It's a really, really great
way to show
cause.
some love,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Love the local spirit on that. That's really cool.
And then there's also volunteers being needed, right? Yeah. So the Lompoc Valley Community Kitchen, they're in need of volunteers. Let's see. Let's get that up there. Yeah, so this is the Lompoc Valley Community Kitchen. They are in need of volunteers. Many of their volunteers were over 70.
Yeah, so they
lost a lot of them, and then they also need funding. So if you have extra funds, if you're doing okay, consider donating to them. Doreen is funding a lot of this by herself. Yeah. So check out what they're doing. They're providing a lot of the meals for people who need a hot meal here in town, who maybe don't have a kitchen to prepare something in, to get food at the food bank. So that's a fantastic resource for people in our community. So consider volunteering if you can. And then also Community Partners in Caring are in need of volunteers as well. So check that out. If you can donate, please do, or if you can volunteer, let's find a way to show Lompoc some more love.
Absolutely. And if you need more information or you didn't catch all of that, please just message us. We're really good about responding, and we'll give you information. If you do have a couple of ideas of helping to further connect the dots on some of these issues, send them our way. We'd be happy to help with that as well.
So they've been talking about reopening, and we've seen some restaurants. You can kind of get out of the groove here when you're closed for a little while. So they're practicing how this new social distancing is going to work at restaurants. So this is one lady. She's just working on that.
I thought this is a little bit extreme. Oh, no.
Oh, missed again.
No, this is not practice making perfect. But I appreciate the...
We might have to switch to plastic. Or rubber.
So anyway, let's hope that we can eventually figure out how we can get restaurants open again and keep our distance and make them successful. It's going to be a really hard challenge, but we're very hopeful.
But I think those tumblers would help. If you have like a tumbler that maybe had a little rubber on the end and then you tossed it and it just bounced and you catch it.
Do we have any Tupperware dealers out there? Because this could be a good solution. You put all in the Tupperware with the lid and you throw it to the table.
Right?
Yeah, just a thought. What else do we have?
And then you found this awesome little porpoise.
I love nature. Check this out. This is in at SeaWorld. Playing catch with a porpoise.
Porpoise.
With a purpose. Porpoise. This is just amazing.
You're in the way, Jeremy. You're gonna move you there.
You gotta catch it, dude.
Can you imagine?
Help him with the ball, Jeremy.
I got it. I'll help.
You're here. You're open. You're open.
They won't play with me.
Look at he grabbed it though.
No, and he's gonna bring it back. Playing catch with a whale. Come on, folks. That's pretty awesome. Wait, I said awesome. Ding!
Just careful, he's gonna maybe try and get his clean on you.
Nice.
How cool is that?
That's awesome.
So jealous. It did look a little cold there, but I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. And then we also had some locals that were finding a new way to greet each other at the door. So this was Kim Hurd, their family.
With little James?
With little James. They had a great idea to make their dad feel really welcome when he came home. So consider trying this.
When is Dad coming today?
What are we going to do?
So we're going to get him.
We're going to get him when he comes home?
Yes.
All right.
You see the picture? What is this?
Yeah, you did.
That is so awesome. Thank you to the Herds for sending that over. I have a quick correction. I made a mistake, and thank you, Gary James, for pointing it out. I should know this. I'm a Lompoc native. But it's hard to spell and pronounce, but it's Hauk.
Yeah.
Like Hauk Stadium.
Hauk, not Whack.
Whack. Sorry about that. So Hauk. H-U-Y-C-K. Anyway, so
I can
sorry
laugh
about
at you
that.
because I didn't say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm working on the pronunciations. Thanks for your patience on that.
All right. And then another friend of ours sent us these really awesome kids book set. Hopefully this won't have to keep going on much longer, but if you did have kids that were curious about the coronavirus,
this is pretty awesome.
This was pretty cool. So this was what she sent me. Hold on, let's get this scrolling here. With these awesome illustrations that really can help kids kind of learn more about what's going on. So these are available to download. These are PDFs. We can post the link to them as well.
Yeah, we're going to post those links on our
and then there was this other book too. So this is a book for kids.
I know it seems a little odd, but this is a good way to maybe have a conversation with the kids about what's happening. I love photos and pictures. So
so this was, I mean, we kind of need to go through this so that we learn a little bit more too. So we felt like that was really awesome and really interactive. So thank you, Anne, for sending that to us.
Anne Burns, Jason Burns, watching from Puerto Rico, a little property of the United States. Also should be the 51st state, but that's another conversation.
All right. So we chatted. You had an opportunity to chat with Tommy.
So I should mention that Lucy Harrington, mover and shaker, great ambassador for all things Lompoc, reached out and had a great idea to highlight a collaboration that happened between the school district and the hospital and the YMCA, and in providing childcare to essential workers for free, including meals, which is kind of stunning. And it doesn't happen everywhere in every school district or in every town. So we have something kind of cool going on here. So thank you to Tommy. And
he is the regional executive director for the Lompoc YMCA and the Stuart Gildred Family YMCA over in the San Ynez. So together, I believe they serve, well, at least just in Lompoc, they serve 500 kids. Through their child care and summer camp programs. So it's a big program. And this was something we didn't know about until...
No, not at all.
Until this week.
But Tommy, thank you very much for taking your time, connecting with us, and sharing this incredible program. So thank you again.
Obviously, you've had a partnership with the local school district in providing, very essential childcare when times are normal. But now you guys have added a program to address kind of the current circumstances. Can you kind of just start with a description of what the program is, and then tell us about how it came to fruition?
When we started realizing that the COVID-19 was affecting our communities in Santa Barbara and Ventura, one of the first things we thought about was childcare for essential services. It was on my mind. It was on our CEO, Margaret Burns' mind. And literally after we had a meeting, I walked out and the HR director from the hospital in Lompoc, former board member Ed Braxton, he called me, and it was something that him and the CEO at the hospital, Steve Popian, were extremely concerned about, was childcare for the essential workers at the hospital during this time. Then on March, I think it was 14th and 15th, Lompoc School District, had to close their schools. And Trevor McDonald called a meeting with all of the key collaborators in the community. And at that meeting, he outlined that the school district needed to work on the food distribution program. He wanted to focus on the essential worker childcare program, and he wanted to work on virtual learning for the kids. And I mean, hats off to him. he really stepped up, and I think he's, delivered on, all those fronts. And between the hospital looking for care and the school district stepping up, and we had seen that YMCAs across the country had started this program. So we were able to work on our licensing status. And on March 25th, we launched the Child Care Essential Services program at La Cañada Elementary, which is on North Avenue in pretty much the heart of Lompoc.
Describe this program to us. Obviously, it's fitting a very specific need, but what does it look like?
It is for essential workers right now. There are 3 tiers of essential workers. All 3 tiers are eligible. This program is free to all the community. We follow all the CDC and community care licensing standards. There's just 10 people in a classroom or less. And it is very strict. You can't cross-contaminate staff. You can't cross-contaminate kids. So, for example, once a kid goes into this classroom for the day, that's where he's going to be going forward. We want to make it as safe and as clean as possible, especially since we're involving hospital kids at this location. We have to be super careful about those kids and making sure they're not, cross-contaminating with their family members that are working in the hospitals. The program operates from 6:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. All the kids that come to the program, they get breakfast, lunch, and dinner if they like. Breakfast and lunch are provided by the school district. Dinner is provided by Tom's Restaurant in Lompoc, everybody's favorite. The kids also do a number of different activities, including a lot of outside time. It's a long day. 12 hours can be a long day, especially if their parents work at the hospital. They might have a 12-hour shift. The school district's been incredibly helpful with the e-learning. So we have sessions during the morning where the kids, if they have their Zoom class meetings, they all have individual devices that they can use, whether it's a Chromebook, an iPad, all the different ages, it looks a little different, and different schools are doing a little different things. But that is available to them, so we don't have the learning loss issues.
So is there still room? People are looking for options?
Oh, yeah. We have plenty of capacity right now, so if people are out there interested in signing up their kids, like I said, it is free. We could take up to 72 kids based on the amount of rooms that Lompoc School District has allocated to us. Right now, we've probably been averaging around the 25 mark.
Okay.
Thankfully, between private and state funding, we were able to subsidize this thing 100% for the participants in the program.
That's amazing.
Our hope is that at some point in June that we can transition to a normal summer camp program, but we could continue to run this program indefinitely if needed. I know that the parents that are working so hard at the hospitals right now to keep us all safe, and all the other essential employees, whether it's grocery store workers, we know how busy they've been. And so just to give them a little relief during these times and to help bridge that gap or keep the kids busy during this time. And hopefully they're learning some stuff too and getting their schoolwork done. So I think that's been a super important piece of this. Not every school district is doing this. I can tell you that we are opening another essentials program in Buellton coming up, but not every school district was able to take it on, or, there's so many challenges, didn't have the resources to do this type of program. Every district's in a different place. But Lompoc was able to just pivot and go, and Bree and Trevor were big in helping, and we're just lucky to be partners with them. We've been partners with them for years, and this is just another opportunity to be collaborators.
Thank you, Tommy.
Thank you, Tommy.
That was great. What a great program. Again, we've got the information there. If you're curious and you're not sure if you're essential or not, if you check out that website.
CIYMCA.org/childcare-essential.
If you're not memorizing that, we'll send it.
We'll post it too.
Yes, we'll do that. So PDFs in that link, I think we need to post today.
Yep,
I think
absolutely.
That's super helpful.
But I'm so proud of the Lompoc School District for stepping up. That was so impressive. I think they really did a fantastic job doing this quickly, and very quickly.
I'll say something about the school district. I know it's been it's super challenging, and it's hard to get every child and every parent perfectly happy about every situation, especially right now. But let's remember that the school district here, it covers all of the kids. So that means the kids that live up in the hills and the kids that live in the middle of town too. So the diversity that we have here is amazing. The work that the school district is doing to try to facilitate continued learning, going all virtual. We know it's super difficult. So kudos to them for working hard to make this all.
And a huge shout out to Tom's for supporting by contributing.
That was a surprise.
Donating
They didn't
dinner
even mention
for those
that the other
kids,
day.
So that was pretty amazing.
Shout out to Tom's for helping to feed the kids. So really, really, really awesome.
Yeah.
So we've got we going into? Do we have to do
We
Brad?
have to check in on Brad.
Oh, Brad.
Yeah.
Okay, so
people like Brad.
A lot of
Jolie
you are
misses
used
Brad.
to. Jolie does miss Brad. It's a long story. Anyway, so the Kentucky Derby, which usually happens, I think, this coming
It's always
weekend.
the first Saturday in May.
It's not happening.
It's not happening until September this year.
But
so.
we're gonna act like it kind of did, because I like to stay thirsty.
All right.
So
thanks, Brad.
No, Brad does.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at Churchill Downs. I'm your favorite announcer and bartender, Brad. Here coming to you live again, as we can tell, from Churchill Downs, a beautiful place here in Kentucky. We're going to make a fun cocktail in kind of to memorialize that the Kentucky Derby has been postponed until September. But unfortunately, or fortunately for some, I get to keep drinking. So let's show you how to make a slight variation of the mint julep, which is a bourbon-based cocktail. We're using fresh mint from Jeremy and Michelle's newly planted garden. Good job, guys. Great job. And we've also got some ginger syrup that we've made and some fresh lemon juice and an iced tea that we made from jasmine green tea. It's really beautiful, nice and aromatic, but the variations of green tea would work really nicely here. And we've got some fresh mint to finish it off with a nice little garnish. And now we're off to the races. Hey, Michelle, you want one of these? I guess I'm drinking alone. Well, let's get started. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is we're going to grab that fresh mint. And all I'm going to do is just drop them right in the bottom of the cup that I'm going to drink out of. And this here is a muddler. You could use the other end of a wooden spoon or anything that can just crush it down. And what you're trying to do is just release the oils. I'm going to muddle that for just a couple seconds. And now we can start adding our ingredients. So first, starting for one cocktail, we're going to start with a healthy shot of our bourbon. We're going to do 2 shots of that fresh brewed green jasmine tea that we made. And then I've got my tablespoon measuring spoon here, and I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of that ginger simple syrup. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the lemon juice here. I want to bring some balance to that cocktail. Put that there. I'm going to add some ice. Now this cocktail doesn't require any shaking or anything special. I like to take a long spoon, any spoon will work, but you just want to get down there and mix up the bottom so that the mint kind of mixes with the cocktail a little better. And there we have it. A drink for one at the not Kentucky Derby.
Thanks, Brad.
He's getting more and more famous with each show.
But he didn't seem to remember that with a green screen, you can't have green herbs. So
yeah, so we were helping Brad. We filmed this. We just got a green screen yesterday, or the day before.
Yeah.
And we were killing it. We're having so much fun,
And
different
then we
backgrounds.
realized, like,
and then
why
we
can't
realized,
see the mint?
Where did the mint go? Anyway, that was fun.
Note to self. Yes.
So we're gonna wrap up this show with another big splash.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about this because you guys know how much I love music.
I do.
Michelle loves music too.
I do.
And you know how much I love local musicians and the talent that we have here in Lompoc. So Jacob Cole, who we're celebrating this week, my favorite musician, sent over a video that was recorded with some bandmates over at Certain Sparks. I think it was last year. And it's an incredible live video. Girl named Casey Farah did the filming, did a great job on that. These musicians are so talented. But something about Jacob Cole and the Cole family, beyond just being great human beings and ambassadors for Lompoc, the family's dealing with a little bit of a health crisis right now. Their mom had been diagnosed with cancer, I think about a year ago or a little over. Yeah. And she was improving, and they're still fighting with this. So our hearts are with them. We know this is a difficult struggle, and for Jacob, with all of that going on, to spend some time and to help our little show create some music and share that with us is really, really awesome. As they deal with that, if there's any help that we can provide and get the word out, we're here for that. So anyway, this is Jacob Cole introducing the song as well. So thank you again, Jacob.
Thank you so much.
We're so appreciative.
I feel like we're getting a house concert right now. So think of this as your own little mini house concert since we can't.
And do we remember Jacob Cole's Venmo?
The Jacob Cole.
So the Jacob Cole on Venmo. Again, we're treating Venmo as the tip jar. If you like this music or you think, wow, these guys are good, you know what to do.
Yeah.
So thanks again. Will we come back after this, or is this is it?
This is it.
So again, we're going to bid you farewell right after this performance.
But come back at 5:30.
5:30 tonight is happy hour with the Balls.
And Lori Jervis is going to be joining us.
And Phil Carpenter.
To taste some wine,
Local
and we're going to
Lompoc
try to
wines.
see if we can guess what they are sharing with us, and hopefully share some fun stories about these wines as well. So,
but now it's all about Mr.
Cole.
Jacob Cole
And band.
Have a great day.
Well, good morning, Lompoc. My name is Jacob Cole. Thank you, Jeremy and Michelle, for having me once again on the program. Honored to be here. And thank you all you fine folks for tuning in the last time, for reaching out, Venmoing, subscribing, following me on social media. It really, really is an incredible help, and I'm deeply honored for your patronage. Anyhow, I wanted to give a shout out and a thank you to Samuel Cole, Mike Singh, Wesley Hill for all playing on this song, and to Randall Senna for recording and mixing it, and Casey Fair for shooting and editing. And then briefly just mention some housekeeping things. Sundays I'm doing a social distance hour live stream on Instagram. So for anybody who's following me on there, you'll see me at 8 p.m. on Sundays. And I'm trying to figure out a way to do that through Instagram and Facebook. And then I'm also going to be launching a Patreon here pretty soon as well. It's like Netflix but for artists. Anyhow, thank you so much for listening. Hope you enjoy the song, and we'll see you next time.
Like a dove, but you're sinking like a dime. I know, I don't know a lie. I know I can't have you. I know, I don't know a lie. I know that I want you. Just like a rhythm that ain't keeping time. Fell on your face, but you don't know why. Bad things always happen when you speak your mind. Gotta think twice, brother. Better get back, brother. They got time for another. Better get back, get it right. take 69.